Hey, shalom, y'all. So tonight I'm gonna show y'all a little bit about DeEssing. There's three ways. There's three ways I believe to do DeEssing. You can use a deesser, which I'll show y'all three different kind of deessers. You can do automation on the vocal, and then you can also do a subtractive EQ in the specific area that you're looking for. Doing the subtractive EQ and the deesser are kind of the same thing, but the difference is the deesser compresses and the subtractive EQ doesn't compress. So we're going to get into that real quick. All right. So this is a track from brother named Nazir out in New York. Show y'all this. So this is just his vocal on acapella. He sent me, as you can see on the screen, this deesser, these two, and this subtractive EQ are not actually supposed to be in there. I just have these loaded up for y'all. This one right here is actually the one that he sent me already on the track. So what happens is when a deesser is it helps to eliminate sibilance in a song. I'll actually show y'all.
What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. What?
So that step into the light, let me show you the throne, right? Step, show are two types of sibilance. You have the step, which is like the higher frequency S, and then you have the show, which is going to be your lower frequency sibilance, which is going to like that typically is around the 3,000. The SH, the show, is going to be typically around 3,000 to 5,000 kilohertz, and then the step, or that S in step, that's going to be typically around like 5,000 to 9,000. There's different frequency ranges for sibilance. But that step is going to be about 5,000 to 9,000 kilohertz. So any type of sibilance you have between 3,000, let me show y'all. Any type of sibilance you have anywhere between 3,000 kilohertz to about 9,000 kilohertz. Right? So that's going to be anywhere pretty much in this range. This range right here, anywhere from here, which is 3,000, all the way to 9,000 is going to be your typical range for sibilance. And that can be anywhere from your chuz, which is going to start around 3,000, shuz 3,000 to 5,000, and then your C's and your S, that's going to be anywhere between 5,000 and 9,000 kilohertz. Okay. The reason why I'm targeting this first, because these to me, whenever I listen, even when I listen to worldly records, these to me can make or break a song. If I'm listening to a song and the sibilance is too loud, because everybody has a natural form of sibilance. Nazir doesn't have too bad a sibilance, but everybody has some sort of lisp when they record, especially because you're saying so many words or syllables and you're colliding them together, right? So what happens is in this song, let me default this. In this song, Nazir sent me some stuff that was it wasn't sibilance heavy, but I still want to get rid of it, because what happens is when you compress a vocal, it doesn't exactly eliminate in a frequency. When you compress, compression is the overall vocal, but it will miss that sibilance. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to go in either with the deesser, with subtractive EQing, or with automation. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all those three types, right? So first you have a deesser, common deesser in Pro Tools, and I advise everybody, don't think that you have to get all of the dopest software gear to mix a great record. If you can actually start with the small, with the stuff that comes with your DAWs, your DAW, you'll actually be able to learn what these different types of software does. So you'll learn what a compressor does because you mess with the stock compression plugin, right? That will help you whenever you start moving into APIs, SSLs, vcomps, any type of high-end compressor. You'll get the gist of it by learning from the stock plugin that comes with your DAW. Okay, so what a DeEsser does is it compresses in a certain signal range. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all just in. Actually don't. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all in the regular stock plugin for Pro Tools, and then I'm gonna move up the different levels. So this is the stock plugin. As you can see, I'll show you what it's doing. So I want to target the step and the show. So we're gonna break down those two frequency ranges right there. So he has, what he sent me is just you'll see it. It'll just start pulling at a certain frequency range, I believe from 16 kilohertz all the way down to about, I think he had it down to about 7.4 thousand kilohertz, right?
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne.
So that's without it, right?
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the
Nothing, it's not bad, right? But I needed to sound better. So you bypass it, and what it's gonna do, as you see right here, you're gonna see pulling from 16 kilohertz down to 7.4 kilohertz. The reason why I don't like doing it using this one is because it's pulling out a lot of high-end frequencies that don't need to be pulled out. But I'm gonna show you, this is like a general stock plugin.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light, come on, let me show you we on.
So as you can see, it's pulling.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the
right there. This is what gives you, this is your frequency and your range. Your frequency is what goes, it can go all the way down to 500 hertz, right? And then your range.
What?
And then your range.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light, come on, let me show you.
It's telling the plugin, I want to pull back this amount of dBs. So if you're at -40,
what? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light, come on, let me show you.
If you're at, let's say, -8,
what? Step into the light.
Very, very slight. It's not pulling as much at -8, but at -40, it's hella compressing that frequency range. Anywhere between, like I said, 16K and 7,400 kilohertz, right? I don't like that. The reason why I say I don't like that, it doesn't give me that much control over this. But it's not a bad it's not a bad de-esser to start with, right? So let's move on. So let's move on to a waves de-esser, okay? Waves de-esser is going to allow me to have more control over the de-essing, okay? The waves de-esser will allow me to use a wideband, which is going to compress the whole signal, or it gives me a split band, which is going to target a certain frequency range. All right, actually, I'm gonna show you on in the R de-esser. De-esser is cool once you learn like where you're pulling at. De-esser is cool, but it doesn't actually give you a visual, as you can see, where you're pulling at. You just have to know and listen for that type of stuff, right? So let me go to the R de-esser first. Okay, so the R de-esser right now is in wide. You have it in wideband. It's in wideband, or you have split. Okay, wideband is gonna do this.
What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come.
It's compressing the whole It's compressing the whole vocal area, or vocal frequency area, whatever it's in. We don't want that. We want it to split, and we want it to do this.
What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne.
So if I go up to about, let's go to 7,000, right? Your range is how much it's pulling.
What? Step into the.
It's how much it's compressing, right? Your threshold is telling the computer, hey, this is where I want you to set. This is where I want you to start compressing. The range is how much compression is being added, right? So as you can see,
step into the light. Come on.
that's mild. Then you have you pull the range in.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne.
That's pretty mild. If I up the threshold, it's not going to pull anything down.
What? Step into the...
If I pull down the threshold.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light,
See
come
how
on, let me
much
show
it
the
compressed?
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light, come on, let me show you we on. You in... What? Step into the light, come on.
Now that type of this type of de-essing using a plugin is a easy way. Like if somebody's not that bad on their sibilance, you throw a de-esser plugin on there and it'll work fine. It'll find that certain frequency, right? This de-esser is one of my favorites just because it to me it does better at grabbing the specific frequency over the overall vocal, because remember, a de-esser is compressing a certain area of frequency, right?
What? Step into...
So I bring the threshold down. That's going to tell it how much compression that I want being added to this area of the frequency.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne.
As you see, attenuation is the compression amount. So that red will get more and more further down as I add more threshold.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne.
So right now it's grabbing the frequency of the show more than the step because it's in the 5,000 range, which usually the show is going to be around 3,500.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne.
All right. I'll split. All right. And the band pass grabs it in that it helps grab it in that specific area. The high pass is going to do what it was doing earlier with this, where it's going from 16K down, whereas the band pass just goes in that specific area, it helps to target a specific area, right?
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light, come on, let me show you we on.
See how it pulled that on show? You can see it pull down.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne.
See that?
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne.
So when it hit show, it almost hit it around negative 12 dBs.
What? Step into the light, come on, let me show the
because it's targeting just that specific frequency range. So you can throw this on there to kind of just get a quick, all right, this person doesn't have bad sibilance, let me just throw this on there, boom, and you just kind of correct it. You kind of find that real fine line, that fine area where where it works best with that frequency range, and it'll compress. But like I said, it's compressing. So if you have an artist that has too much sibilance going on, you got to really work with find that fine line with that threshold to really pull down that specific frequency, because you don't want to grab another frequency range and now you're robbing from the vocal, right? So that's de-essers, okay? Then you have what we call subtractive EQ. De-essers are going to compress the frequency range. Subtractive EQ is going to target a specific range and just pull the volume down in that specific range. It's no compression. I like this better because I don't want to hear too much compression, because I'm already using 2 or 3 compressors. I think it's the API, the DPR. Sometimes I might process it and then compress it again. I don't want too much compression going on. This is why I like subtractive EQing, right? So remember I showed y'all on the de-esser, you have the, another reason why I like subtractive EQing, because I can do like a 2-band or a 3-band or a 7-band. And what I can do is at one time on one plugin, I can target a bunch of specific frequencies. With the de-esser, you're stuck to targeting one frequency. So the more de-essers you run, the more programming power or RAM that you're using. You want to lessen your RAM, especially if you don't have like a computer that is a high-end computer, or one that has a lot of like 16 gigabytes of RAM. Say you're only using 8 gigabytes of RAM. Well, you want to lessen the processing power that the computer is using. How you would do that is using a band, EQ band. So what you can do is you can do you can do like a REQ2, like this, where it only have 2, and then you can move it as where you need it to move to, or you can do like a 7, whatever usually that stock one is pretty dope. So what I can do is I know I need to target around the 7,000 range for the step, and I know for the show I need to target around the 3,500 to 5,000 kilohertz. So this is what I do. I go in, and with subtractive EQing, I have to find that show. I have to find that sh sound, right? So I can start it at 3,000. And as you can see,
what? Step into the light, come on, let me show the throne.
So it's not ringing in the show yet. So I gotta find that. I gotta go in there and move it.
What? On, let me show the throne. On, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we on. Let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we on. Let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we on. Let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we on. Let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we on. Let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we.
All right, so I noticed that it starts really hitting around really specifically the 4,760 kilohertz, right? This also will help. Say you don't want to do this, but you want to just use a de-esser. You can use this to find that specific frequency range and then throw the de-esser on there. Take this off and throw the de-esser on there because you found the specific frequency range. I use this specifically to either do subtractive EQing or to find a specific frequency range and then apply it to the de-esser, like put the numbers in and then apply it to the de-esser. So I know, okay, at 4.76 kilohertz or 4,760 kilohertz, this is where I need to start subtracting on the EQ.
On, let me show the 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 throne. On, let me show the on, let me show the on, let me show the throne.
As you can listen to what I'm showing y'all, if you listen to it, you'll hear that SH really start to diminish, but it's not compressing. It's the volumes being taken out of that bad frequency, because that's all it is. Too much sibilance is just a bad frequency, right?
What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne.
That's with it on.
What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne.
That's with it off. I mean, yeah, with it off. So it's just the volume's just being taken out of that bad frequency of the show, so it's not that loud.
What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne.
Let me take it down some more.
What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne.
See, it took away that show part. Now, as you can see, the more volume that you take out of it, the more that it's going to take out of the frequency range. So as you bring that frequency range, the gain of it down more, it widens the band a little bit. So you want to find that happy medium to where you're only targeting that range.
What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne.
All right, so let me find the step now. The step might be somewhere around like 7,000 to 8,000 kilohertz. So I bring up the frequency. I narrow the Q. I bring up the gain, and then I'm just gonna move move around between 7,000 to 8,000 kilohertz. I'm gonna move in that area, and it might be 9,000. It's just you gotta find that happy medium, right?
Band of slaughter. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show.
As you can hear, there's a ringing sound in there because that's a frequency that may need to get taken out, maybe not. But I want to find that step.
Band of slaughter. What? Step into the band of slaughter. What? Step into band of slaughter. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we band of slaughter. What? Step into the band of slaughter. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. Band of slaughter. What? Step into the light.
Okay, I'm hearing more of his ringing in like the 7,000 range. Let me see if it's in the 6,000.
Band of slaughter. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we on. Band of slaughter. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we on. Band of slaughter. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light.
There it is. So around there.
Band of slaughter. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show you we on. Band of slaughter. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show the throne.
And usually an artist, whenever they have sibilance, they're consistent with their sibilance. That's another way. So you have de-essing, which is compressing the frequency channel. The frequency range. Then you have subtractive EQing, which is you're going in and finding a specific ringing sound in that frequency of the S's or SH's or CH's, and you're bringing that down, which that just brings down the volume. Or what you can do is you can do what we call automation. Okay, so as you can see, my what we call the clip gain line is on, right? So what I do is I go where that S is. Now this is more tedious. I usually don't do this unless I'm having a really hard time with getting the frequency in the right area. So I usually just do this, but you got to remember you will have to do it to the whole song. So this is what you do. So your clip gain is on, and this is what we call automation, right?
Band of slaughter, what? Step into the light, come on, let me show the.
So what I do is I go into the beginning, take this off. I find where that S starts.
Step.
That's where that S is starting, right? So I just make little points right here, and then I pull down the gain.
What? Step into the.
So that eliminates me from having to just go just bugging off of, man, I can't find that frequency range. It's just more tedious, right?
What? Step in. What? Step into the. What? Step into the.
That just allows me to just pull down the volume.
What? Step into the light. What? Step into the light. Come on, let me show.
So then I gotta find the show.
The light. Come on, let me show.
So show is in this range.
Show the.
So I'll just make some the points right there.
Let me show the.
Pull this down a little bit.
Come on, let me show the throne.
So that right there, as you can see, it pulled it down.
Come on, let me show the.
Now the only problem with the clip gain thing is if you pull it down too much, you'll hear a break where the points are created. If you're pulling it down too much, you have to find that. You can either do this. You can either find the happy medium where you pulled it down enough to where you're not hearing a breaking point, or what you can do if you got to pull it down too far, you can create a fade like this. Oops. Create a fade within those on the outsides of the breaking point, so it's not clipping too hard. Show y'all. This is what it would sound like if you took too much volume out.
Come on, let me show the throne. Come on, let me show the throne. Come on, let me show the.
That doesn't sound natural. So what you could do is you just go on the outsides of the break points and you create fades.
Come on, let me show the throne.
That'll help eliminate that if you have to pull it down too far in volume. That'll help eliminate it being too obvious.
Come on, let me show the throne. Come on, let me show the throne.
But like I said, doing the automation is extremely tedious, especially if somebody didn't record right, whether it's their environment or whether they just don't know how to rap or sing into a microphone. Doing the automation is extremely tedious, but it helps out if you get good at it and you get fast at it. But like I said, you have a de-esser, you can do the de-essing, or you can just do which is the de-essing is going to compress though. That's the downside of it. Upside of it is it's going to sound really good. Like I know that's a common, like back in the day they had de-essers. Like when they had mixing boards, they just had de-essers, or they had automation. Now with plugins, you can actually specifically go in and find that. Back in the day, you had to either use a de-esser or use your hand to kind of just guide it, or use what you were limited to on the EQ on the board to kind of notch out that specific area. So those are the three different types: the de-esser, the subtractive, and the automation. So I hope this kind of helps. I'm sorry this video is kind of long, but in the long run, this will help out. Remember, de-essing is dope. De-essing helps to really make the track be understandable and also bearable. All right, so keep that in mind. Shalom.